require your services. I have a job that apparently requires the skill of 2 knights. Can you help? Know what? I don't have time to make requests. This is going to have to be an order. Arthur takes to leadership quite naturally. Fortunately, my soft skills are somewhat lacking, so you'll excuse me for getting straight to the point. Camelot recently secured an old Tommy outpost in the north. Tommy's abandoned it months ago, left it to the hooligans. Regardless, we managed to drive the rabble out with minimal casualties. Quite the victory, according to some, but all I've heard is boasts. I need that outpost secure, capable of withstanding heavy assault. Meet up with Gawain. Assess the situation. And while you're there, kick her up the arse. Fact I'm sending more than 2 soldiers, never mind 2 knights, is unacceptable. Fix it. Understood? Good. Dismissed.
London is the place for me.
Good to see a fellow knight.
Look where you're going.
Finally, someone without a pissy attitude around here. I'm going to need help restoring this outpost and enforcing some discipline on this squad. They're relatively inexperienced and their commander died in the assault. Most of the squad are fine. It's just Sergeant Pilly and Levi Daniels. He was mortally wounded by an explosion. I initially suspected it was a landmine. However, having since seen Pilly throw a grenade, misfortune seems more plausible. He's got the idea in his head that this squad is his. So he's trying to force a promotion by acting like a raging bellend. By all accounts, Pilly demonstrated courage during the assault, but he won't even commit to doing the training required for command. He is in dire need of explosives training, but he doesn't think he needs it. He does, regardless of if he is to be promoted or not. It's hard to be specific. While he didn't sustain any physical injuries, Levi Daniels is incapable of carrying out, well, anything, let alone the duties of a soldier. He needs to be relieved. I assumed when you introduced yourself you were his replacement. Since you're not, he needs escorting back to Camelot. I'd have no problem with knocking the twat's teeth out, trust me. But people like him, and I need their support. Here's my original report that Sergeant Pilly refused to endorse. Give it a read. I've outlined what needs to be done.
Ever vigilant.
Yes? Good. Your thoughts? I'll scout the enemy position, get a clearer idea as to the readiness and numbers. We'll clear their position when you feel we're adequately prepared to repel a counterattack.
Patience is key, for the quest continues. Huh? Hmm? Oh, bye.
London is a place for me.
Is that them?
Well, that settles that.
Another one? Bloody hell. At this rate, there'll be more knights than swords. Sergeant Pilly, reporting for duty. Ah, you're one of those. Just what we need, eh, lads? Another honourable job's worth. If you're gonna bother me with the same bullshit, I'll save you the bother. Look around you. We've got the outpost. The job's done. What else can I do for you? Hysterical bollocks. We don't have the manpower or the resources. Finally, someone who sees it the way that it is. Would you mind letting your other knightly friend know? Here, I'll even give you my old mace, my all reliable. Picked up a newer one after the attack, so this one needs a new owner. Suit yourself. I don't think we do. She's in command, I accept that. I won't accept bogering about with a bunch of busy work because she needs to feel visible. We fought hard to take this outpost. Outnumbered, outgunned, and on our own. Isn't that enough? Arthur will have us fighting again sooner than later. Why not rest while we can? Respectfully, I disagree. We lost our commander immediately. Few of the others wanted to turn back. I couldn't let that happen, so we marched in, cracked a few skulls, did the job. There's a few of them left in the factory who need mopping up. But they ain't much, trust me. They're the ones who ran. He had to retire for medical reasons. Fine, he exploded. Stood on a landmine, cut him in half. Not exactly healthy for the mine to dwell on. Whole squad shot themselves. Thought our cover was blown. Turns out the hooligans were too cunted to notice. He was shoulder to shoulder with us when it counted. He'll be fine. Some people just take a little longer to adjust. Bye.
How can I help? Who's there?
Can't fool me. Got you. You command the big care, the Almighty.
How can I help, Knight? And I know exactly where to find one. I was patrolling nearby when I came across it. Looked in good nick too. I started to remove the piece, but I felt something looming. Decided not to stick around. I don't want to commit to calling it a monster per se, but it was absolutely terrifying. If I was dead, you'd have no detail at all. The most important skill when it comes to being a scout is staying alive. Are you sure? Your funeral, I guess. Here are the coordinates.
What can I do for you, Knight? Bye.
Ever vigilant.
Give it now, you fool! Enough.
It's about time they made you a knight. Well earned. How can I help you today? Of course. An army marches on its stomach, after all. I'll have the provisions sent to the front within the hour.
You've returned as a knight, no less. You'll be wanting to dip into my pocket for more of my timber, no doubt. Am I hearing this right? Camelot paying for goods and services? You don't look like the type to be carrying around $50,000, knight. You really are a useless tit, aren't you? Bugger off. You've returned as a knight, no less. You'll be wanting to dip into my pocket for more of my timber, no doubt. Am I hearing this right? Camelot paying for goods and services? You don't look like the type to be carrying around $50,000, knight. I'll send someone up with the timber. If that's everything, some of us have work to do.
Last I heard, you were sent to get our new frontier outpost up to scratch. Anything I can help you with? Can't help you there. Charity is a luxury reserved for better times, I'm afraid. The Fletchers and the Baileys might be able to help you. Not asking for much, then. Well, the good news is I can send up the sandbags. The bad news is everything else ain't happening. Word to the wise, nobody in London has anything that explodes or shoots going spare unless they're aiming it at you. Best of luck.
What can I do for you, knight? Hysterical bollocks. We don't have the manpower or the resources. By all means, feel free. It's not that I'm not keen. I've already done it. The good knight Fancy Bollocks considers herself beneath giving feedback. Explosives training requires we build 5 working landmines from scratch. Here are my mines. She said all but 1 were completely wrong and buggered off in a huff. How is that supposed to help? If I knew which one was wrong, I'd be able to learn from my mistake and repeat the correct process 4 more times. So, if you can figure out which of my mines are up to shape, I can finish the training without the risk of blowing myself up. Deal?
There's a place for me.
What can I do for you, knight?
Continues.
So, which one is it?
Cheers. I'll crack it open and figure out what I did wrong. See, I knew it was that one. She couldn't have just confirmed it for me. Something about becoming a knight changes you. What can I do for you, knight? She's finally ready, is she? About bloody time.
How can I help, knight? Sometimes it can be confusing to have 2 commanding officers. Luckily, one of them never wants us to do anything, so it's pretty much the same as having 1. I agree with the assessment of my commanding officers. As is much of life, sometimes you just have to embrace the chaos. I'll be there.
Knight?
Knight. Just waiting around.
What Richards means to say is that we're awaiting orders.
That's what I said. Despite our rather calamitous start, we were actually successful. We managed to surprise the enemy, drove them into chaos, and took the objective with no other casualties.
A complete shitshow. Luckily, the daft, gormless bastards had no idea what was happening. So I guess it worked out, which is quite lucky, isn't it?
2 hard workers amongst a shower of lazy, grumpy bastards.
We're ready for orders. I've heard other members of the squad may have grievances, but it's not my place to say.
It's all right, I suppose. Could be worse. Pretty sure we jotted these down somewhere.
Yes, I submitted our suggestions that Knight Gawain was so kind as to record.
Aye, sir.
London is a place for me.
I think we're all here. Okay, if I can have your attention, everyone. So, we've got a considerable number of hooligans held up in this industrial complex. The way I see it, we've got two approaches. We can try to do this quietly, or brute force. Wait until dark, send a couple of men to lay some traps. Wait for some to exit, silently take them out. We'll thin the numbers out a little, and then strike them hard and fast.
What's the point? They probably already know we're here. It's only our mighty knights that they've yet to encounter.
Yes, hit them as hard as we can with heavy guns and explosives. Hopefully they'll panic and scatter so we can mop up the remnants.
Well, we're obviously doing that.
Very well. Let's stack the deck in our favor. It's dark right now, so we should start preparing immediately. Get into position and wait for my signal. Once you see the sign, we'll need to throw everything at them. All clear? Good luck, and watch your backs. Dismissed.
Treasure hunter and sidekick.
Have it. Camelot, have it. For Arthur. Camelot on me. Camelot.
Hands off the merchandise.
For Arthur. Have it.
Strip 'em bare.
Look where you're going.
Who's there? Time to do
There's someone there.
Should have stayed hidden.
Scum!
Arthur shall hear of this.
I sense a see me. Camelot prevails. Reveal yourself.
Prepare to fight Camelot's finest.
Someone else.
Gold.
Camelot prevails.
Well done, companion. They won't forget us in a hurry.
That should be the last of them. Stand down! Thank you for all your help, Knight. We can take it from here. Squad dismissed!
Oi! Watch it!
Patience is key. The quest continues.
You have eyes, use them. Ever vigilant.
Be more careful, there's a war on.
There's a war on.
Knight, do you have any news for me? Excellent. What happened? In that case, all more the tragedy to lose such a talented tactician in Sergeant Brown. Fantastic news. With that outpost secured, I feel a lot more secure. Thanks to your efforts, the fortress to the north will be a significant deterrent.
This is that buffer zone you suggested.
That it is.
Good work. With this outpost secured, we can finally move on to the front foot. Knights, listen closely.
Arthur Merlin, Charing Station.
Breathe, Percival.
Speak plainly, or at least with a verb.
Eastminster.